This week sees the return of the Black International Film Festival to Birmingham. The festival and award show marks the end of Black History Month, a series of events celebrating Black history and culture.
The theme of the celebration is the legendary speech made by civil rights campaigner Martin Luther King in Washington 50 years ago. But has his famous dream of equality for all come true? Callum Watkinson reports.
It's 50 years since Martin Luther King led 1 million civil rights campaigners in a march on Washington and made a speech that became a defining moment of the 20th century.
I have a dream that one day this nation will rise up.
The 50th anniversary of that speech is the theme of Black History Month, but the experience is different on our shores. While the African-American narrative began with slavery, most black British immigrants were citizens moving from one part of an empire to another. 11-year-old Melita Bryan was among them. Now our country's first black female Lord Mayor, she left Jamaica a few months before Martin Luther King made that speech.
One of the coldest winter in record in 1963 winter. It was so cold. I ended up with chilblain, I couldn't go to school. I remember as a kid in Jamaica, we had what we call share ice. I think we call it slush in this country. You know, make it with syrup and things like that. And the roofs and everywhere was covered in this white stuff. And I says to my mom, I says, "Oh, Mom, look at all that ice, you know." And she laughed and she says to me, she said, "You can't eat it because it's dirty." And that always stuck with me.
It's her second term as a councillor, her first as Lord Mayor. She hopes her story will inspire others.
I would hope that the young black youth would see it as an inspiration and don't let their colour hold them back, because I've never done. Regardless of the fact that I've had face-to-face racism, I'm me. I love myself. I love my colour. And I don't see colour. I see a person.
In Birmingham, dance troupes are prepared and the trophies are ready for the Black International Film Festival, which gets underway this week, rounding off Black History Month here. For the organiser, the festival's presence here is a sign of the significant contribution of this section of society to cultural life here.
I think our contribution has been great. I mean, we've contributed to the whole cultural fabric, you know, our music, our cuisine, and our dress sense, our style. It's kind of like ingrained within the fabric of Birmingham. So, you know, it's a very diverse city. But I think the black influence is quite heavy.
A padlocked door to an interior room. I wanted you to see for yourself.
We have some great actors that have come from Birmingham. I mean, currently you have the likes of David Harewood, who's been in Homeland, and we have Lorraine Burroughs.
I don't think Dr. Raspin is racist. I think he was deliberately trying to provoke us, because he's hiding something.
But a study by Durham University earlier this year revealed ethnic minorities are still less likely to get into our top universities than white students with the same grades. So how much of a reality is Dr. King's dream of equality in modern Britain?
If you look at some of the statistics and data, we're still seeing a very low level of ethnic minority people in the most senior positions. If you look at the police, for example, there is a very low level of ethnic minority and black officers at senior level.
There's still some work to be done. It's got a long way to go, you know, but we are moving on.
Everything that equality needs is here in Britain. Is whether or not it's in practice. There's still work to be done.
At a university talent show in Birmingham celebrating Black History Month, a current generation of black students echoes those views of the generations before them.
There's always some way to go. There's always will be. That's just the journey of life.
I don't think the dream has been kind of expressed to its full potential as yet, but we still have hope that it has gone a long way since back those days anyways.
There is a lot of boundaries put in place for a lot of young black children. Like, it's not always equal.
I think it's gotten better over the years, but there's still problems with integration and acceptance.
There's still racism in the workplace and things like that, so we're getting there slowly, but we're halfway there.
As Black History Month draws to an end, there's a clear feeling on this side of the Atlantic that while the nightmare of segregation Dr. King died fighting is in the past, the best of his dream may still be to come. Callum Watkinson, ITV News.
Some really interesting, informed views there from the students. And the award ceremony for the Black International Film Festival takes place in Birmingham on Saturday.
Right now, though.